So Silas and Gabriel are coming down on the elevator from the rooftop restaurant of the Four Seasons, Chartreuse, after having a meeting with Vidocq, who made it clear that in 24 hours he was going to be hunting down the errant ghoul known as Gustafson, the one that had been previously attached to the Tremere Chantry that had been burnt a year prior, and wanted to give the professional courtesy to the players in order to allow them to take care of the situation if they so choose beforehand. And starting at the 24 hours, it is 12:05 p.m. a.m. So coming through the elevator into the suite area, I'm curious to know how you two are going to be presenting this information to everyone, especially Naran, who would be most affected by this development about the ghoul associated with his clan.
Silas, as we're just kind of quiet going back down the elevator, mentions, I think I know where this man is.
Okay.
He said something about finding him in the Pike Marketplace if they needed him. Be a way to start.
Okay.
Do you want to handle this delicate matter? Out of the two of us, who do you think it's gonna come better from?
All right.
That and I basically, well, we had that small discussion out on the balcony, so probably better from you.
Naran, in the main suite area, where are you?
I am on the balcony.
Okay. Previously, you had taken this original sketch that you had done of Miranda and slid underneath the door. She's yet to come out since then. So you are alone in your thoughts at this time. Reese, I believe you had retired for the evening. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Sunny, what are your actions at this time?
I think I'm just chilling. Probably listening to music.
Okay. So when the two of you come in, Sunny is sitting on the couch with her feet up and her boots are on the couch, and she's playing very loud music at this moment. Silas, what are you doing at the moment?
I will I'll follow Gabriel out at this point. Just going to keep a little bit distance and so we don't have a replay.
Naran, the sliding doors open up and Gabriel and Silas come into the doorway.
How was your visit?
Enlightening.
Is that bad?
Well, Prince Rigby's hound, seneschal, troubleshooter, hitman, assassin at hire, whatever you want to call him. But Doc is giving you 24 hours to turn in your Tremere, not a ghoul. What's the word you weird magic people use for that?
Ghoul is fine.
Excellent. The burned and scarred ghoul, or he'll take matters into his own hands.
Turning to Silas, I ask Silas, is this the one you met at the arena?
That's the one, Damon Gustafson, I believe. He had some interesting things to say. That album I gave you.
Yeah.
He said he got it out. He got that in some other book, tomes or something out. And that William had paid for it.
Why does he want him dead?
Because he's a loose end. There is no, except for you, sir, there's no Tremere out here anymore. And this is a man who was connected to Tremere without a master, who knows far too much about y'all's Camarilla bullshit.
Also, Sometimes it's just fun to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, Reese, you're in your bedroom of sorts. What are you doing in the privacy of your own thoughts?
I'm replaying as best I can what happened when I lost my shit at the club.
Certainly. As a reminder, Reese has 8 magic stones. After that reset, you lost 2.
Correct.
And going through it, you realize there was something very odd about that entire occurrence. Knowing what you know about Clan Malka is that when many of you are in each other's presence, your aspects, your abilities begin to feed back onto one another. So it's very interesting that one, you were invited to it, knowing that you would be providing feedback to it, the entire event. And it creates a, as you would say, a ripple effect in what non-clan members call the Malkavian Madness Network.
Mhm.
So it's a very curious thing that you were requested to be there, specifically knowing that your presence would be causing static interference, if you would.
That's fair.
Meanwhile, out on the balcony.
Has he done any crimes against the prince or the prince's rule?
He doesn't have a master. I think isn't that a big thing for you folk? Really, like the chain of command in Tremere. Right now, you got a broken link running around who is not kindred, who knows a shitload about y'all. They consider that a loose end. I think that's his crime.
Also, does it matter why the prince wants him dead?
To me, it does.
Do you
Wait,
think it matters to the
wait,
prince that it matters to you?
I'm sorry.
Do you think it matters to Miss Rigby that it matters to you?
Of course it doesn't. But I can't not say anything.
Let's back this up a moment. Now, Vidok said that you need to handle the situation. It doesn't mean killing the man.
Right.
If you could, I mean, I don't know, you need a lackey?
I don't intend to stay in Seattle. I'll take him with me when I go back to LA.
Well, then it's a problem solved, but we still need to get him within 24 hours, or you won't be bringing anyone back except your own sparkling personality. Am I missing anything, Gabriel?
Your 24 hours starts at 1 a.m.
Where is he?
He mentioned something about that if he needed to be found, they knew how to get a hold of him at the Pike Marketplace. I'm not familiar with the area, so you do something to talking to, going on America Online and looking that up, like the kids do. What?
Sure, Grandpa.
Hey, boomer.
Right, Uncle Silas.
Yeah, fucking am. I'm everybody. I'm a tired son of a bitch. That's all. I want to go ahead and kick back for a while on the couch.
Once Silas steps away, I'm gonna turn to Naran. What? Modoc was not clear how he wanted you to handle the problem, but he was exceptionally clear about how he was going to handle the problem. And if this isn't done in 24 hours, you become the problem.
Well, looks like I'm headed to Pike Place tonight then.
You want to ride?
Of course.
All right.
Thank you.
It is doubtful that the Pike Place Market will be open at this hour, by the way.
I'm not worried about that.
I mean, he can't just be sentenced to death because he's a loose end.
Yes, he can. Have you read any vampire history? I thought you were educated.
I know the history.
Sentencing loose ends to death is sort of our big thing, aside from the drinking blood and immortal youth and good looks and everything.
Still not. Don't worry about it. I'll take him back to LA.
That's fine. As long as Vodok's happy with it, I don't really care what you do.
Great. We're in agreement then.
Yep. All right. I guess we'll go back inside. I'm driving to Pike's Place to execute a human. Anybody want to come?
Oh, hold on. My plans have changed. Grab his jacket.
His brand new leather jacket.
The other guy ain't using it.
Not anymore. So Sunny is still grooving out to her music, and Reese has, as I said, retired for the evening, but her light isn't out. So
Sorry, I was muted. She was like, as soon as he said that, she was like, I'm up, swivel on the couch, makes for the door. Because what did Gabriel say? Executing a human.
No one's getting executed tonight.
I
Possibly.
still like my attempts at humor. Or
The
not.
night is young.
It's not here. It was a joke.
I will suppose for we'll pause for a moment. Hold on a second. Go ahead and knock on Reese's door.
Yeah.
So we're all going out to Pike Marketplace to kill someone. Interested?
Have fun.
All right. You want us to pick you up anybody? I mean anything?
Appreciated, but no.
All right then. Have a nice night. No, she ain't coming. She already ate anyway.
I hear Pike Place is a pretty nice
Should we
entertainment
see?
shopping area.
Should we see if Miranda wants to come?
Oh, please, let's.
I mean, she seemed all business. So
As much as I would enjoy this, no, I'll go and knock on her door. I'll spare Tremere the trouble for now.
okay.
Thanks, Uncle.
The door opened. She's wearing the hotel bathrobe. Her hair is still combed back into a ponytail, and she has a pen and a notepad in her hands. She looks at you. Hello.
Darling, we're all going to go out and take care of a mess for the Tremere. Someone might die. Interested in going?
Naran might die.
That's very tempting. Unfortunately, I need to make a few calls this evening, but let me know if things work out in my favor.
I'll explain it in grisly detail.
Thank you, Uncle Silas. And she slowly closes the door.
Man, if you can't get a woman to watch you die, you really fucked up.
Well,
Oh,
what can I do?
wait a moment, Gabriel.
What?
I feel that there's a faux pas or something. Was that what they call that thing? We have made a grave error.
Did we?
Why, yes. We found out some more interesting thing about what was Rachel. You remember her.
Yeah, we can just
Oh no, this is good. You're gonna want to hear this.
leave that be.
No, leave it be. Not talk about the head of the Anox in this area. Leave it be.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Son, when you fuck up, you do it real good.
It's actually rather impressive.
yeah, suddenly she's more interesting.
Oh, god damn, boy.
Now, Redmond is on the other side of the Lake Washington, and I assume that you're going to go a long way around. By the time you arrive, it's about 1:30 in the morning, and the market's closed. The market, in real life, actually, the market closes around 5 p.m., but considering what the world of darkness, it's actually open till 8 p.m. So it's been closed about 5 hours or so. And you pull up and nobody's there yet. I mean, it's completely shuttered off, and the entirety of the street is quiet, and most of that particular area along Pike Place Market is quiet. Just as an example or explanation of Pike Place Market, it's a waterside market that extends over 9 acres, 10 floors, with over 220 shops and restaurants, right up against the waterfront of the Puget Sound. And as you arrive, you can see that the final ferry is going across the Puget Sound from the waterfront of Seattle off to Port Orchard and Bremerton. As a reminder, that's where Rachel, aka Riot Girl, said that she and her associates reside. So the entirety of the place is closed up. There is a bar that's open called the Alibi Room, and that actually has an opening out to the street that's not actually part of the normal market opening. So you could be able to go into that at least.
Okay, let's go to the bar.
They got anything in there where maybe there's some, hopefully since it's connected with it, we could find, like, I don't know, a map or something, a list of the shops.
Sure, that's actually beyond the bar itself. The bar itself is open till 2. There's some people in there. It doesn't look like, it's a Sunday evening, so there's not a lot of people there. But you can see that they've actually shuttered the doors that normally would walk into the main hallway, although you could potentially just open it up and go through. Because, and I apologize, I forgot to mention, actually it's not shuttered, it's actually a door, because the restrooms are inside the actual Pike Place Market. Sorry.
What was the ghoul's name again?
Damon.
Gustafson.
Oh yeah, Damon Gustafson. Yeah.
Damon. Where at Pike Place did he say he was residing?
Well, that's the best part. He didn't.
Okay.
I just ask. Bartenders know.
Yeah, it's not like he kind of stands out.
Exactly. Do you want to do the honors since you actually saw him? Silas?
All right.
The gentleman walks up, he looks like he actually knows the place because he's coming from the bar. He goes, "Hi, can I help you guys?"
Yeah, we're trying to find somebody to deliver something for him. His name is Gustafson, Damon Gustafson. He says he usually hangs out in the marketplace. Burn face, a little bit kind of sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah, I do know. Well, I know where he hangs out. I can take you to that if that. I don't know if in fact, I'm going to guarantee they're probably not open, but I can show you at least.
Hey, that'll work.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, my name's Frank.
Frank, Silas, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Hey, Frank.
You guys look like you're not from around here. Follow me. We can walk and talk. And as you're walking into the actual market, you can see that the inside of the market is deceptively large. And the fact that even though all the stores are closed right now, that you can tell that there are still, as I said, over 200 stores in this place. And he's walking you up the stairwell to it. And if you hadn't had Frank with you, you probably would have been lost very easily. But he's walking up and actually very happy, to be able to talk with you guys. He goes, "Sure, I know, him. He, poor soul, touched by something terrible, obviously."
Yeah, it's crying shame.
Do you work here, Frank?
Oh, I've been here for years. My family actually owns the Alibi Room, and I actually never leave. I mean, the market's pretty much got everything. I mean, restaurants, groceries, clothing stores. If you guys like microbrews, by the way, there's a dandy one down in the basement. Actually, they do a really nice stout. And since you guys are new, if you go across the street, you can actually see the original Starbucks. Now, I don't drink coffee anymore, but it's kind of neat to see that, to see where all of the guys kicked off.
I'm more of an Apollo coffee drinker myself.
Oh yeah, I know those guys. I think they actually came out of San Francisco.
Hmm.
They try to keep up with Starbucks, but whatever. So here we
So
go. It takes you
oh,
over
okay.
to the Market Magic Shop. The Pike Place Magic Shop is pretty much an institution within it. It's both even though that the doors are closed up, you can still see that the lights are on inside, and there are large performance posters of famous musicians. Famous magicians such as Harry Houdini, Carter the Great, the Amazing Pittsburgh, Harry Blackstone Jr. It's very clear that it is a magic shop, and they haven't wheeled it in yet, although it looks like it's unplugged. A penny stretching machine right in front, as well as one of those old Zoltar fortune telling machines. That's actually still on. Okay. So he points over there and he goes, "Yep, that's usually where I've seen them. Looks like they're in there. So if you knock, I'm pretty sure they let you in. I mean, they very friendly people there. Oh, and you guys are good. I mean, I usually like to get back to the alibi room before closing.
Oh, sure. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, and be kind to that young man, Gustafson. He had issues before his accident, and from the people he associated with him, or that I think they really kind of brought him down. He was a troubled soul.
So it's the company he kept that you think probably might have led to some problems, huh?
Well,
I mean, everyone is his own man. I mean, it's just sometimes the company you keep him looking directly at Naran.
We're not here to judge. We're here to help him.
Oh,
good
we're here
for
to
him.
help. Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you.
No. I'm not meaning anything like that. He actually started coming around here because he was doing community service. He actually had a fender bender about 2 years ago, and basically they had him cleaning the gum wall.
Oh, well, what?
Oh, the gum wall. Oh, so tourists come up and there's this huge wall on one side of the market that people put their, forget it. The point is he had to clean it multiple times, and yeah. Anyway, you guys
All right, then. You too. As he walks away, I look over a gum wall.
This place is weird.
Tell me a Nosferatu came up with that goddamn shit.
No idea.
All right. Well, Naran, you probably want to. I mean, this looks like your kind of place anyway.
Of course it does. I go knock on the door.
Okay. Woman comes up over to it and slides the glass over. There's still the grate in front of it. Goes, "Hi, we're closed. I'm sorry. We'll be open tomorrow at 9 a.m."
Well, sorry to bother you. I'm looking for someone. If you wouldn't mind giving me some information. Damon Gustafsus. You wouldn't happen to know him, would you?
You mean Dan?
Gustafson.
Gustafsson.
Oh, sure, I know him. And she slides open the gate.
Zoltar will tell you a fortune.
Okay.
This place is like a teeny tiny coney. It's very weird.
Is Damon here?
Oh no, he actually just comes in all the time. He's been coming in here since the accident 2 years ago. I haven't seen him though in a couple of months.
Really? He said we might be able to find him here.
Oh sure, he's got actually a post office box down on the second floor. That's usually where we drop off stuff whenever he purchases anything.
Oh, on the second floor. Well, we have to go ahead and we've got to go ahead and point this album that I guess Ron would still have. Well, yeah, we're supposed to drop this off. Do you know what post office box it is? We can put it in there for him.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Much obliged.
She goes in. She goes up to her counter. She's looking through her records.
Engage in the mystical arts Engage with Zoltar.
Anyone got a quarter?
No. No.
Maybe you should just
No.
shake the machine real hard.
You should definitely do that.
Oh, no, that's, I don't know. He seems kind of defenseless.
Woman comes back over. Here we go. His post office box is 319.
319. Thank you much. Now, you know, Miss, I hate to trouble you anymore, but this lovely machine you have over here, it takes quarters, I guess. The one still out here.
$1 bill nowadays.
Oh, it takes a dollar bill. Well, no, I got one of them. Found this leather jacket I got. Thank you. So I'm just gonna put that in just for
Oh, but
fun.
don't put any money in that. You know, that thing's been out of order for days. Should be unplugged.
Huh. I'm sure it's just a problem. You have a wonderful evening.
You too. The front gate, I believe, is closed by the fish market, you know, where they throw the fish, but you probably can get through like the alibi room or something like that.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Good night.
You too.
Tell Damon he had some visitors, please.
Yeah, let's make it more paranoid.
Did she say he hadn't been there since the accident, though?
Not much.
Okay.
I gotta go over here. It goes over to look at the Zoltar thing and say, hello. Look around the back. Is it plugged
How
in?
Zoltar to tell your future.
Is it plugged in the back?
Plug that.
All right, Zoltar. Tell me what's up.
You put your dollar in right there.
All right. Hold on a second. Where the? It's still a little bit moist. Hold on. Okay. Put the dollar in.
Thank you for your coin. Zoltar will now show you your...
That was good.
Well,
That's not good for you, Silas.
No.
what? My lifeline on my hand is not there anymore or something?
Put in another dollar and Zoltar will tell you more.
All right. Well,
And the machine shakes a little bit. And it spits out, you know, one of those card, because it's got one of those card caddies in the front.
well, shrug and go pick up the card.
Okay. The card is one of the Polaroids from the photo album.
It is not. It is.
I mean, it's not one that's missing. It's one that was not actually taken into account for that moment.
What's the date on it? Is there a date on it?
It falls right in between 2019 and 2020.
Before the face started showing up. If I remember, that was toward the last several. Take a good look at it. Silas, anything I can see on it within Thessinger's face or within anything behind? Out of sorts?
But it is covered in dust.
Okay, this shit just gets weirder and weirder.
Is there any place that can look upon where we're at from a hiding place? Like somebody could be hiding in a place and looking at us?
There are a lot of
wanna-
crevices this entire place. This place is huge. And there's and it's not laid out like a normal mall. It's actually got twists and turns.
Right.
Even on the same floor, it will go up and go down through ramps and turns. That it looks very complicated to navigate around here.
Kind of look around where we're
I
at.
didn't have this problem, of course, but you guys are being new.
Right. Just do a look around, see if no one is watching us from a hidden place as Uncle Silas puts his money in the machine.
Sure. looking around, you can see actually, I believe I need to have you take a roll on that one.
Yep. Is that a wits and composure?
Mm-hmm.
2 10s.
Okay. The reason I asked you to do that is because as you look around, you can see that the Zoltar machine actually in the back of it has a loose cabinet.
I slide the machine so I can see the back. Just kind of shove it.
And you can see that somebody has actually bent the cover a little bit.
someone's been altering with this. Is there a way to look inside the machine?
Oh, sure, you can lift it up because the screws are actually halfway missing. And what you realize is that this isn't a mystery thing per se. It's the fact that somebody has been using the Zoltar fortune telling booth as a hiding place.
Oh, damn. Like there's enough
like,
space.
Yeah. And so what would normally be the cards there, it looks like somebody had actually stuck some of like the extra Polaroids that were there. None of anything in particular looking through them, but you can see that this has been a hiding place that has been here for some time. That's probably Gustafson's hiding place.
What are you doing there?
I think Gustus has been hiding in here. And I kind of turn the machine, slide the machine so everyone can take a look at it.
What else is in there?
Several books, actually. It looks like books that probably he had purchased from the magic shop that he has been hiding here for whatever reason. And most of them are magic history, a lot of history about spiritualism, seances, spirit writing, most of it around the turn of the 20th century.
Well, if there's any connection to what he's reading and what was in that photo album. I mean,
the books in here, are they books intended for everyday people, or is it something like from the library of a chantry?
These are for the public.
Okay.
However, when I say they're for the public, these aren't things you would see in a normal public library. These are actually detailed books of magic history in that they go into a lot of the details of the late 19th century about spiritualism at the time and early 20th century, more than what you would see just something that would be for normal general populace. So it definitely looks like it's something that would be actually almost akin to research for a paper of some sort. It goes into that kind of depth.
Does this seem like something to you guys that Reese might know something about?
Reese, back in your bedroom, you hear a knock at the door.
No, I don't want to go to the fish market.
I wasn't going to take you to the fish market. It's Bob.
Oh, sorry. Come
Don't
in.
worry, you don't have to apologize. And he's opening the door. You don't have to apologize. I'm not really up for like the tourist places either. Am I interrupting? Miranda let me in. I knocked and she came out and said it would be okay. She was
No, you're I was just pondering secrets of the universe.
I gave up on those years ago. Mind if I sit down?
By all means.
Before we go any further, I get it. You had a bit of a freak out.
Yeah. It was nothing personal.
Say sorry and it's over.
Sincerely and truly, I am sorry.
Forgiven. What happened? And he sits down and he takes off his leather coat. I mean, it looked like you were really having a moment. Caught me off guard, which was cool. But what was going on? I mean, the music wasn't that good.
No, it was not. It's just, you know, I'm having trouble finding the words to explain it. It's not that I don't want to explain to you.
No, we're cool. I guess I came by. Oh, and by the way, thanks Silas for the takeout. You know, I say a lot, talk about how, you know, Savoy could have gone somewhere and all that, you know, and the guys left me behind, but I got embraced and all that. But that's not 100% true. You know, I was doing a lot of dope back then, and I don't talk about it now. I try to kind of pretend it never happened, but that's not being honest with myself. And I guess why I'm kind of coming by and to be honest, I'm not even, I had a whole lot of things I was going to say and it's all kind of gone. I'm sorry. I guess my point is, sometimes I realize that it's hard to maintain control. And it's all right. You know, I mean, you don't have to feel bad about it. I'm just glad it was me and not like, you know, some mortal or whatever, some kid. God, that would have driven you nuts. Anyway, I couldn't leave tonight unless you knew that I was cool, and I don't have your phone number, so I came by, you know. So
I
this
appreciate
is awkward,
it.
isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll go. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for a fun night. Anyway, later.
Ciao.
Okay, back at the Pike Place Market. What do you do?
I think we were,
Yeah.
you know, we have this.
Hmm?
Do you want to take the books? Is there any sort of Silas kind of peers over Neuron's shoulder? You got anything like notes in there or any writing?
I leave through the books.
Inside the book, one of the books is a flyer. It's a flyer for 2-for-1 admission to Rita's Showgirls Adult Theater on Lake City Way.
There's this.
Well, file this for later. We're actually looking around, see if there's any notes on it, but, you know, on the flyer itself.
A lot, not on the flyer itself, but it does look like he uses it as a bookmark. And it probably, to be honest, looks like one that probably came from the actual place itself, as opposed to something that was like a glossy that got handed out.
What about inside the Silas will lean down and look inside. Is there any writing on the walls of the machine, the cabinet or anything?
Not per se, although it does show in it a pair of burnt gloves, like a pair of leather gloves that looked like the fingers have all been like melted and burnt, like somebody was handling something extremely hot. Not recently, of course.
Like
Listen.
someone grabbing something out of a fire, perhaps.
Or war while in a fire.
In a fire.
Hey, that flyer.
Oh,
Like,
hold
like
on. This one?
listen, yeah. Like where's a ghoul who's down on his luck gonna spend off hours?
You think?
I don't know. Under the pier, strip joint.
Well,
I
give
don't
it two. I mean, possibilities. There's that. Do y'all want to hit up that post box first, and then maybe check this place out? We've only got until
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. When you
So
go, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go back towards the alibi, and before they close up, and ask about the post office box.
Are we taking the books or stuffing them back in the?
Taking the books.
Okay.
It's Naran. I kind of had a feeling.
All right. So you go back in the alibi room. The bartender, she looks over and goes, "Hi, can I help you guys?"
Yeah, gentlemen, the owner was just talking to us before, and was very helpful. What,
Frank.
Frank?
Is that his name? Frank.
Go ahead.
Well, he took us over the magic shop trying to find gentlemen, but we're trying to find. We need to drop this stuff off to him. There's a post boxes around here.
Yeah, second floor. You talk to Frank. That's funny.
Why is that funny?
Why is it funny?
You wouldn't believe me. Glad you got to have a moment with Frank, though.
No, go on,
Say
try it.
anything?
Come on, try us.
Oh,
I'm very open-minded.
Well, have you guys been drinking? Have you?
Oh, I drank earlier, but not for. It's been hours.
I could always drink.
Frank said he's part of the family that owns this place.
Sure. Yeah, he actually opened it up.
Fucking Haints.
I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, it's from where I come from. Are you saying we met a spook?
I'm
Or
saying
some guy who's pulling our leg?
a lot of people say they see Frank.
Well, we saw some guy saying he was Frank. Maybe it's just somebody pulling our leg. That's cute. Little
Probably.
local killer. Yeah.
It's
Post
a-
office boxes.
You got a
It's-
picture of Frank in this somewhere in this place?
Oh no! I mean, if you look it up online, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to, hear about Frank. But it's an
Okay.
urban legend. It's nothing big.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah. So we have our post office boxes down there, on the second floor.
Second floor. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they'll open probably about when the market opens up about 9 a.m. You want to come by around then.
Oh, I'll make a point of it. Thank you.
Sure. Frank.
I've had enough with Haints for one evening.
Well, we just wasted an hour. That's great.
Yeah.
You got some books. We know he might be here, wiggling the flyer.
Can I take a look at those?
Hand them over.
I dabble.
You do?
Eh,
Reese, you have your phone, right?
Sorry.
That's a question for Reese.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You get a text.
Okay.
It's from Simon. Open it up. And it says, understood.
He was
he's the
the
money guy, right?
he was the accountant at Durandal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
And it just says understood.
Yes.
I scroll back. I didn't send a text to him that I am aware of.
Nope.
I text him back, new phone, who dis? Because I want to see if he's actually like fucking with me or if this is somebody else or if he's going to be like,
You get back a picture of Simon. It's definitely Simon.
okay. What's understood?
Sorry, wrong phone.
Well, that's not worrying at all. I mean, I'm definitely going to clock it and maybe be a little on my guard, but
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what else to do about it at this point because understood is could be a scary thing or it could be completely innocuous.
Yes. What's the other group doing?
Well,
Silas, where is Damon? What's going on here?
So going through the books, Naran, because I assume you're still going through it.
Yep.
On the back cover of both of them, because there's two, one says book 13 and the other one says book 15. And there is actually in a embossing on them. And the embossing on the back cover says Ignis Fatuus.
Yeah. Yep.
It would appear to everyone that Naran has realized something because he just went, yep.
do you want to share with the
Yeah.
class, son?
I'm not giving out any trade secrets or anything, but these books are from the Chantry Library that no longer exists.
You know, he did say that he got out with some books. This is one thing he got out was that William had paid for that album, and that there were other books. And then there's still something that bugs the shit out of me. That whole Salem's Lot thing about, Tom has the books.
Vinegar Tom.
Vinegar Tom has the books. It's kind of interesting here. So this happened 2 years ago. Do you know anything about the rest of your clan investigating this or coming in, or are you the first one to show up since everybody went crispy?
There's been some deliberation on it from what my contacts have told me.
Well, William paid for that album. He might have paid for something else.
Sunny looks at Gabriel like she just grokked something. You were joking about the human execution, weren't you?
Yes.
God
Wait, the
damn
night's
it.
young. I mean,
You guys are this is all Scooby-Doo.
Oh no, Scooby-Doo's gang was way more competent than whatever this bullshit is.
True. Raggy. I was promised adventure. I was promised execution. Human execution.
well, we got to find him first.
Well, let's go then.
Oh, if you want adventure, let's go see my old chantry or the old chantry.
Well, if you want to venture, you go back to the Zoltar machine.
Yeah.
Aren't we near where your anarch ringleader friend hangs out?
If we can avoid her, that would be great.
Okay.
Rachel.
Maybe Damon is over at the chantry.
Could be. Because
Well-
nobody's been there since,
Isn't that the place the werewolves attacked though?
Supposedly.
Past tense. We have some hours left.
Yes, because that's how wolves work. Is they go one place and then never come back.
All right, you don't have to go. If you can just give me the keys to the car, then I'll drop you off.
Yeah, no, my name's on the rental for the car. That's not gonna happen. They don't do werewolf insurance at Enterprise, buddy.
Oh, they're missing out.
It's probably not a lucrative market.
Yeah. All right, so let's decide. Are we going to do something? We're going to try to find this guy, or you just
Right.
want to let him just get killed by Vidok? I don't give a shit.
I want to find this guy, but he's
Why?
not.
Why? What is so essential about this one ghoul, as you said to call him, that you need to run around all night in an unfamiliar town attempting to steal his books? I assume at this juncture, I'm not sure.
No, because they're going to kill him.
So what? Humans die all the time.
Yeah. Sometimes by our hand.
Ghouls die all the time.
Sometimes by our hand. I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Look, my point being, there is something you are not telling us that is compelling you to save him.
Huh.
If you want our help, let us know so we can help. But this solo hero keeping the veil over everybody's eyes bullshit isn't going anywhere. So why are we helping this human?
Because he's the last of what remains of my clan here in the city.
Okay, but he's not a vampire, so he's not really of your clan, right?
No.
Okay. Is
But he
there
is.
Tremere blood bullshit, right? So that whole magic circle oath thing or whatever.
If you think that, that's right.
All right, fair.
If might I interject one thing? Maybe it is the case that there is something that this man knows that you want to know about your chantry,
Of course, I want to know what happened to my chantry.
and then we can kill him.
Thought we knew werewolves attacked it.
It's the whole books thing, I think.
Werewolves just don't attack chantries. Something had to have gone wrong.
Okay.
Very wrong.
Now, all right. Now we are getting to the point.
Here's the
So
problem.
you are on a fact-finding mission to discover what happened to the Tremere in the city. You don't care about the human. You care about what he might know.
I care about the human too.
Oh, that seems so inconvenient. I'm going to call Fred. And I'm going to let him know I need some help finding a person in town. And it shouldn't be too hard. And I'll give him the rundown on
Hello.
Gustafsson.
I'm not usually open at these hours, Gabriel.
Well, you know me, I keep odd hours.
That you do. Guns work out for you?
Haven't had to use them. Haven't had to use them, which is the best sort of gun.
Yeah. It's like insurance. You buy them thinking you're not going to use them, but man, when you need it. Is the hottie still with you?
Yes. Look, Fred, I need you to focus.
Oh, I'm focused. I'm just pulling your chain, son. What can Fred do for you?
I'm looking for a man. Damien Gustafsson.
Ooh, open-minded.
Get your head out of the gutter.
Please tell me that's not on speakerphone.
It's so not. I've talked to Fred enough to know never put Fred on speakerphone or do the phone call in the car where everybody can hear.
Perfect.
S-O-N. All right, I got the name written down. Yeah.
All right. He hangs out at the market, Pike Place.
Oh, the big one with the neon sign and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
You see the fish throwers. That's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah. He also hangs out at the strip joint. I'll give him the name of the one on the flyer.
Rita's, I know it.
Of course you do. You ever seen? I'll describe Damien. You ever seen this man there?
To be honest, don't normally look at the audience, but I'll see what I can find out about him. Damon Gustafson with an S-O-N, right?
As far as I know.
Let me boot up the computer. This is great. I don't normally get to do this.
Yeah.
Give you a call in a few.
All right. Click. All right. I put some of my people on finding him. They will be more effective than us wandering around town, stumbling our way through interactions with the locals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Reese, you get a text. It's from Simon. And it says, sent.
It's so vague, and I'm just trying to think of like what I could say to maybe get him to keep rolling a little bit longer with obviously texting the wrong number. Do you have proof of receipt? That's what I'm going to text back.
Okay. So where is the other group going to?
I think we're going back to the hotel unless we want to wander around town. It feels kind of.
Unless we were going to the Chantry.
Yeah, we can go to the Chantry, I guess.
Let's go to the Chantry.
If we're going there, I definitely want to text Reese to see if she'll join us.
I support that
If
plan.
they'll.
With the early hour at this point, we may want to forestall that if we want to go next evening.
What time is it?
It's about 2:30.
Eh?
If we run into complications or get too caught up on looking at things in the Chantry, we're going to be fighting Dawn.
Eh?
How far is the Chantry from the Four Seasons or Durandal?
It's actually closer because it's on the east side. Issaquah is more easternly, as I said, on the eastern side of Lake Washington. Up north would be Redmond, south would be towards Renton, which is where Durandal is. So it's actually relatively closer than where you currently are.
Well, we could. The thing is, we go back, get Reese, gear up, and just in case, and go over there. We might be. Time may not be on our side if we run into problems. I'm all for adventure and execution, but
Hey, Zoltar said you were going to have adventure. So let's go have adventure.
Zoltar got 6 of, well, the other guy's dollars. Fuck him.
And I would text Reese and see if she was available to join us, but I don't have a phone.
I've mentioned it a couple times that I would happily
Well,
text
you.
Reese.
see if she's interested in
Yeah.
bringing the gun.
Not execution, investigation, Chantry. Need you.
Execution? I'm just saying.
Need you. Ow.
You get a new text. Need you. Bring gun. This one looks like it's from Sunny.
Have gun, need info.
Yeah, no, I thought what I said. Like, heading to the Chantry, need you. And then the ow.
Yeah, and that's what I'm texting back because I'm
Oh.
not just going to go running off to some place without any background whatsoever on what's going on. And if there's werewolves involved, I'm doubly not going to just go and be like, I'll be there.
Should we take a picture of the books
Sure.
and send them and say it's for Neuron?
Oh, that's not going to convince me.
Okay. That's okay. It's what would
Like that.
it's what would
cares,
convince
Reese
me.
does not.
No. And it's what would convince Sunny. So Sunny doesn't know it.
Reese is gonna just text back. If it involves werewolves, planning needs to also be involved. Not up for it tonight.
She might. Sounds like they agree with you, Silas.
Well, honestly, it's like I said, trying to convince her, getting together. It's gonna be tight, folks. So we can either go to the to Rita's or just call it a night. Any of us who might be a bit peckish, of course, might go ahead and take other matters into hand, but I say we call it a night and try this again tomorrow.
Okay.
You
I
could.
mean, I'm up. Everyone else, I'm not the only one talking here. Come on.
Just to make sure you guys have a time check on this, that by now, because it's after 2, the adult dance club would be closed by now. So the only place that would be open between now and the end of the evening would be the Chantry, if you decided to go this evening, or if you wanted to go to tomorrow night.
Yeah, the Chantry's always open.
Yeah.
And on Christmas.
Yeah. I'm fine waiting.
Sure.
If Reese will join us, if with some additional planning, that seems good. Because
Dave,
I'd rather have them with us.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm going to text Alan.
Okay. With what?
With my phone.
Oh, fuck.
You can text from my phone. You need my phone. You can use my phone.
Do I remember his number?
Of course you do.
Who remembers numbers anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Alan, contacting you on someone else's phone. We're headed to the Chantry tomorrow. But looking for one of the ghouls that has remained.
Have you sent it
No.
yet?
Huh? No, I'm just, this is the text is, and also drop the name Damon Christophsis.
Gustafson.
Okay.
Gustafson.
Gustafson. I'm not sure what the other one was. Does he know of this ghoul?
When you hit send, it's about 30 seconds and then the phone rings.
Okay. Alan?
Ronnie, you lucky bastard.
It's been a long time, Alan.
I owe you so much. Oh, I'm now out of archive duty. I've been resurrected from the tombs.
I'm
Oh,
glad for you.
so glad you reached out.
Oh, I'm so glad because I was looking at that photo you sent me last night.
Fun stuff, huh?
Oh my God. Oh, everyone wants me to look into it. Oh. So, all right. You ready for this? You ready for this? Oh my God, it's so great. Okay. Because they let me out to look at this up. So I wanted to make sure you had the info, my man.
Okay, Alan, what do you know?
Okay. The last good book written on Homo lycanthrope was still available in the archives, or at least the last one that was still there that hadn't actually been digitized yet. It was written back in 2009, and if you'll believe this, it was stolen from a Kabbalist temple in Madras. Have you ever been to Madras? That's actually in India. Why is a Kabbalist temple actually in Madras? I don't know. But anyway, according to the book, the lycanthropes That's what they call werewolves, you see. They had a
Yeah, I know that.
strange type of tribal structure that was based little on religion, little on region, little on the moon, little bit Viking, little bit Egypt, little bit rock and roll. You know it. It's just all over the board. It's kind of like a salad bar. They took what they wanted and left the rest. Now, in the book that was still left in 2009, there was a lot of cross outs, things written in the margin trying to correct everything, a lot of moon talk, obviously, but it never got digitally archived, which is why it survived Vienna. All right. But here's where it gets crazy. Ronnie, you're never going to believe this.
Tell me.
You all, by the way, can hear the voice very loudly coming from Sonny's phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So the lupine, they had like a doomsday premonition for 2012, like Aztecs the Mayans, I think it was. Only the pyramid, I gotta tell you, will make a connection between Viking werewolves believing in a Mayan apocalypse based off of a Talmudic translation found in Madras, India. I wonder about our life choices, Ronnie. I really do.
Yeah, every day.
The rest gets really death cultish. I mean, the lucky ones would die first. Luck. And the rest would perish in a circle of darkness that would corrupt their souls with maggots in their bones for all of eternity in the world of the damned. Then it gets bad. And then the translation goes on, and my Hebrew, it's not very, very good anymore. I mean, my bar mitzvah was held in an El Torito in Scottsdale. Now, I know what you're thinking, okay? Any further books lost in that they were lost in the purge? Nay, my man. Nay. Instead, no records of wolf activity documented until 2018. And I'm still doing a little cross-referencing on that because, all that info, it's probably sitting in a warehouse, next to the Ark of the Covenant, okay? So the point is, this is some great stuff. Oh my God, they're so excited about this info. Now,
what's the point?
ask, did you guys kill it?
The
The
lupine.
lupine! My God, you struts, come on! You just showed me a picture of something breathing heavy on a glass window.
Did we kill it?
Yeah.
Oh, how did you manage to drop something like that?
One of the people I'm running with was able to do it.
Yeah.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
Not me.
Not me.
No. Did you do it? Did you?
I didn't.
How could you not taste it? I mean, yeah, it probably tastes like Bigfoot's taint, but my God, the chances of getting to do that after all the... I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so here's what I got for you. What do you want me to do?
Tell me what you got.
Well, all this info is like, the fresh stuff I got right now. And let me tell you, the upper-ups, they're so excited about this information. They're really thinking it's great. Have you gone to the Chantry yet? Have you gone there yet?
We're going soon.
I'm sorry you were breaking up. Some guy was over here, the guy that whistles through his teeth when he talks.
We're going soon.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, by the way, who's the babe, by the way?
Who are you talking about?
The one that, they're just sleeping with, you struts.
Sleeping with me?
I don't know. She seemed tired when I called. I think I woke her up or something.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Fine, don't tell
Your
me.
phone.
If you're getting a little, you don't have to tell me. That's fine. I don't need
Don't call my old number again. My phone, get this, my phone was stolen by the head anarch in this city. Don't ask me to explain the story. It's a long story.
Oh, I'll tell him.
The head anarch in this city stole my phone. So whatever you told or texted in that phone, don't do it again. Alan, you there?
He suddenly got very quiet.
Why Why didn't you tell anybody?
Things have been happening here.
You sent me a picture of a fucking werewolf attacking you, and you think that's not something that... Forget it. Forget it. Your ass. Mine. Not mine. Look. You just gotta... You do what you gotta do, but you gotta know, man. You gotta know. The phone. Wait.
Is there information on my phone?
How often do you clear your history, Ronnie?
Pretty regularly.
Keep a low profile about this. Make sure nobody else finds out about it. All right? Low profile.
About the werewolf death cult.
Oh no, not about that. Well, yeah, about that too. I mean, you don't want to scare. I mean, who are the people you with? I mean, they don't want to know that you're going to be looking into a werewolf death cult. That's kind of gross, you know. Oh, but
You know we can hear you.
Right?
should have had the blood, Ronnie. You should have had it.
You still have the sample.
Well, you gotta send that. You gotta send that. Oh my God. Do you have more? Do you have more?
I just have one sample.
Well, don't lose it or nothing. And find your phone. For God's sake. I gotta go. I'm all right. I gotta go.
If I call you, it'll be on this phone.
Click.
Fuck.
So it's next evening.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of Monday evening, specifically the night that William is supposed to be coming back.
Confirming Miranda is still in her room.
She is.
Okay, I don't want to skip past checking on that and then be like, oh yeah, she left 12 hours ago.
Nope.
So, and at 1 o'clock is the deadline for Damon.
1 a.m.
Yep.
Kind of rough of him to give you a 24-hour window when you can't be around for 12 hours of it.
Are you sure it's not 24 business hours?
I wasn't about to argue with him on your behalf. No offense.
That's something even I would not have brought up to Vidok. We were sticking to the letter of the rule here.
So Gabriel, you're woke up by your phone.
Hello.
You're calling it a bad time.
Oh, Fred, with you is always a bad time.
Police reports, my man. Police reports. They are the best.
What do you got?
Apparently, you're Damon Gustafson with an O-N at the end. He actually was involved in a rather interesting fender bender back in 2018.
Where is he hanging out around town right now?
No, you gotta hear about this.
Oh,
Have you ever been down to Pioneer Square?
I can't say I've had the pleasure.
Well, there's this huge totem pole there. It's a big totem pole. Apparently, I don't know if you knew this, but back in 2018, Gustafson hit the damn thing. How he could miss it, I couldn't tell you. Anyway, he was charged with malicious mischief in the first degree. Did you know that's actually a Class B felony? With no priors or anything, he was able to pay the cost of the repair and do 100 community service hours for this time.
Okay.
Anyway, I found it really kind of funny though, because looking at it, you're gonna love this. His bail money was paid off by a Mr. William Black. Isn't that the gentleman you said that you were going to go visit?
I can't say it was. You might have misheard me.
I'm getting old. I got that whole like astigmatism of the ear.
Yes, it's a terrible condition.
That's where the fellow was 2018, and then the last address I got for him is actually based out of Issaquah.
He gives you the address.
Thank you. Issaquah. Who do we know who's there?
I believe that's to the players, not to me.
I thought we were just supposed to stay away from there.
Yeah, me too.
Lupine area, you mean?
Vaguely rings a bell.
Actually, to be more accurate,
Let me look.
exactly where the Tremere Chantry is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Fred, as always, you've been a help and a delight.
You can always call me. I'm not in the book, though. You know I'm not in the book.
I know, Fred. Thank you very much. Gabriel will walk back into the common area. So, remember that creepy totem pole thing?
Hard to forget.
Yeah.
It would appear our friend Gustafsson drove into it several years ago.
How many years ago was before or after the whole fire?
When was the fire?
2021.
So 3 years before that,
2018.
give or
It
take.
The totem pole that has incorrect design. If they're
Yes.
trying to replicate native cultures.
Yes.
So your friend be able to tell us where he's located?
Last address would appear to be the Chantry. This has been pretty AWOL since then, it would appear.
Well, looks like we have how do you want to time this? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, no offense, Naram, but I don't give a damn about Scarface. Except if he's going to help us shed some light on a problem. Personally, right now, I'm in agreement with Gabriel. Clock's ticking on what we were brought in here to do. William should be back.
Gustafsson's bail was paid by William.
Hmm.
I'm no expert in Lupine's magic, occultism, or any of that mumbo jumbo nonsense. I'm aware of the irony of a vampire saying that. Is it possible that the Lupine attack was retaliation for Gustafsson driving into some totem that's something sacred to the Lupines?
You know, that's actually
Some
that
sort of
as
sighting
merit.
incident?
I wonder if they repaired it afterwards, and that's why it looks off to some of you.
It was paid. He paid for the repairs and did community service.
Well, it's up to you folks. We have a job. We had a debt. It's now going to be paid. Is Miranda in the room by any chance?
No, not yet.
Okay, so he's saying I will stand with what I said. Our debt's going to be paid. Do we really want to go? I mean, it's for Naran. I know you have, for whatever reason, some interest in keeping this man alive.
You will. I will say that you would have seen Reese definitely perk up if you were discussing the book, this tome that was supposed to be all about the werewolf death cult and all of that.
I will actually just share all the information that Alan shared with me about the werewolf death cult and about their doomsday activities in 2012.
Sounds like it happened. Describing the whole rotting and whatnot, the unlucky ones or something, wasn't that?
Yeah. the line has been completely altered and
Corrupted.
defiled, corrupted.
Is this? I'm going to say. I know some of you have interest. Is this our problem? Gabriel, I know what you're going to say.
Yes.
What? We're packing out at the end of this evening. I don't see.
Silas, I know you're not a stupid man. Do you really think William's going to let us just pack out after all this? If he's willing to burn 5 favors to keep Miranda alive because she's the last of his line, do you think vampires like us who know secrets about him are going to be safe leaving? That's not how that's not how they stay in power. Like we said, we're good at tying up loose ends. We're the loose ends now.
Yeah, well, I might have something to say about that. You do have a point, though, Gabriel.
But it sounds like William wouldn't want Gustafson dead.
No, that's true.
So if
Rigby and
we keep
Vidocq-
him from being dead,
then Vidocq and Rigby are going to have words with us.
Wait. Actually, this is out of character. It wasn't said that just handle it. It could be bringing him back under a Tremere master or killing him. Those were the options. If it was Vidocq getting involved, it was only option 2, I thought.
that's what I thought you guys said before.
That was what was implied, but nothing. Vidocq was very careful not to outright state anything.
Right.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't care about half of anything that's going on right now. But, Naran, if I help, do you think I could get a look at that book about the lupine?
Of course you can.
If we're actually going to the Chantry, first of all, somebody's got to set up Miranda. William's not back yet. Whatever manipulation things you're going on, Gabriel, which I believe you on this, but if we're not here when he shows up with Miranda and we're not with Miranda.
Oh, I agree. I'm just pointing out that we are now between the proverbial rock and the Malkavian, and that is never a great place to be.
I take
Miranda
offense
comes
at
out
that.
of her bedroom and she's wearing the white business shirt with the tie and the slacks that she had brought back from Williams. Her hair is slicked back. Her makeup is done very professionally. She's still wearing her own shoes. So they're actually like red Converse for the moment. And a belt that actually matches it. But she definitely has a different vibe about her at the moment. And she said, I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
William's supposed to come back today, right? Well, this evening.
That was the plan.
Well, I think I, for one, do not trust your sire. We have some other things that have happened. As you know, we've had some interesting events over the past few evenings. Some might be where we have to take a look at certain things, possibly going back to the Chantry of the Tremere.
Oh, well, you know, I'm always interested in dead Tremere.
Well, well,
Looks over at Gabriel and says, Gabriel, based off of our conversation last night, what's the most valuable thing or contribution I can give at this time?
We need to buy time with Vidocq and Miss Rigby.
Oh. Okay.
We don't know what's going on. We are in the dark. We are starting to feel like a puppet on the end of somebody's string a little bit, and I dislike it.
Agreed.
We need time.
Let me call him.
Okay.
He goes into her bedroom and closes the door.
Well, that may be resolved, which means, what do you want to do? Wait for William to get back and then look into this? If you think we're still going to be stuck here by some other pretense.
No, I'm not saying one thing or another. Far be it for me to cast aspersions on a Ventru who's remained in power for centuries.
It's a fair bet.
Yeah.
Comes back out and with her phone, she goes, "You have it now."
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Much obliged. So what's the plan?
Go to the Chantry.
Have fun.
I am not terribly useful in a conflict, though I'm more than capable of holding my own if ambushed, so I will remain here with Miss Miranda, I think, tonight.
Marat,
Did you want to go to your art gallery?
Sure. Would you like to go?
I'd rather go to the Chantry.
Miranda and I will go look at art. Well, Reese kills some lupines and the rest of you watch as she murders stuff.
Oh, that's no fair. Don't leave me out of this. I want to have some fun too. Actually, personally, I'm fine with doing whatever folks want to do. I mean, Reese, we keep on mentioning you in this. Are you sure you want to get into this? I know you have something, that Ron has something of interest to you, but are you on board with this?
If it involves the lupine, I have an interest.
All right. I'd also like to know more about that haint that was behind Thessinger at some point. Naran, you're not holding anything back on us regarding that?
No.
That's something completely different than some of the main parts of Tremere have dabbled into.
I know Thessinger. I know his work. I did not know he was dabbling in ghosts.
All right. Gabriel, before you go, is there any way you can talk to your friend Fred? I'd like to go ahead and have a few other toys to play with if we're going to go out there.
I've pushed Fred pretty hard this weekend already.
All right.
Why don't you I'll give you my pistol.
Well, I've still got one. That's nice. It's a pistol. That's nice. I might see if I can't get a hold of some local friends and see if they might be able to assist.
Let's also just hope that we don't actually run into any lupine tonight, because I can assure you that is the better plan is to run.
So the group that is going to Issaquah, you have been rearmed with the guns that had previously been provided to you. And Reese is armed with her triple-barreled shotgun that she has in her in the carrying case. It's unzipped, but it's definitely ready to be pulled if it needs to be. And as you pull up, this is the first time anybody's been there. It's actually up in the Issaquah Hills, and the Issaquah Hills is very remote for obvious reasons. And as you're pulling up, you can see that the street itself has been fenced off with a chain link, mostly because obviously the place is burnt down, or so much that you were told. You can get in by moving the chain link fence. It's just kind of like a temporary structure. It's not like it's actually been a permanent structure of a fence.
All right.
But in order to do that, you will need to get out of the car.
Right.
Well,
I
let's
will get out.
Okay. When you get out, it slides very easily out. And it looks like somebody has done this before. It doesn't even recently, as a matter of fact. And from where you're at, you can actually see on the main street, because you know what to look for. You can actually see the warding stones, very similar to the ones that you saw previously at Durandal, spaced out in what looks like it would be a larger circumference, but is definitely the same type.
I will point out those stones to everyone else.
something we should be worried about, or are those warding stones no longer working?
They're no longer working.
Why do you say that?
Well, I will go up. Well, let me verify that.
Thanks.
No, they are working.
And by working, meaning they're protecting the place.
From lupine. Yes.
Are we sure? If it's still work, then are we sure the lupine actually was what took this out? I'm beginning to wonder.
Yeah, I think that that's a pretty good thing to start wondering right about now.
And
And
William
wonder-
paying for books to get out.
And while you wonder that, I'd like to talk a little bit about Tremere Chantries for all of you. A chantry for Clan Tremere is not a permanent living space for the members of Clan Tremere. It actually acts as a centralized hub for its members to congregate, maintain their library, and work on potential projects for the pyramid. And within it, there are guest accommodations where a visiting member of the clan could stay, provided the chantry prefect has obtained the general acceptance of the other members of that particular chantry and verified that it's acceptable. I'm pointing this out because this is not a normal residence of people on a long-term basis. And as you come up closer, you can see that the house itself, and it looks probably maybe about a 3-story house. It's a larger facility. I shouldn't call it a facility, but it is. That's been heavily burnt. It looks like it's been extremely damaged, and the walls themselves are blackened, and the roof itself, part of it is actually collapsed into itself.
Could this have been some sort of inside job?
Venture back, I'm starting to think. This ghoul, or whatever he is, Gustafsson.
Right.
Surgery is covered by William. The incident with the totem was covered by William. William paid to get that album and other books out. How would William have paid for it? And unless he knew about the lupine incident or what is being told is a lupine incident. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
How long ago was this incident supposed to have occurred?
About a year.
Can I do some searching around to see if there's anything that would be a telltale sign of like lupine activity?
Absolutely. Why don't you do a roll on that?
I got 2 successes.
Okay. It does not look, even despite the fact that this area is heavily wooded, very heavily wooded. It doesn't look like there's been any sort of wolf activity coming in or out in the immediate area.
We weren't here to protect Miranda, were we?
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling more and more that is not the case at all, and I felt it wasn't the case in the beginning. Unfortunately, as a boon was owed, I
understand.
didn't have a choice.
Neither did I.
But yeah, this has been wrong since the very beginning. And I don't see lupine activity coming in and out of here, and they're not going to have attacked this and come back. And why would they have attacked it in the first place?
It looks like there's a light on in one of the rooms of the chantry.
Does it look like candlelight or an actual electrical light?
Different light, hard to tell.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've lost most interest in this situation, seeing as there isn't apparently lupine activity. But unfortunately, I feel like we may have to investigate further, only to save our own skins where William is concerned.
Exactly. Well,
Continue to where the light is.
Inside, the main floor has been burnt out. And there are whole sections that look of the place that look scorch marked and blackened. And I'm just curious, what are you guys doing once you're inside?
Pulling out my gun.
You're very wise.
yeah, it's I've got the 2 remaining daggers in one hand, and I've got the automatic that Gabriel gave me in the other.
Okay.
Finding the way to the room where the light is on.
Okay. Sunny dear.
Yeah, no, I've got a gun, but it's not at the ready. But as we walk through that main floor, just kind of want to take in where it looks like the fire possibly started or was centralized.
Well, okay. You need to do a investigation plus wits roll.
Okay. Investigation, I have wits. One success.
Okay. So it looks like nothing out of the ordinary, but you do see a stairwell going down into the basement.
You see that?
Yep.
So to Ron, they keep anything interesting in the basement we should be aware of.
It's always something interesting.
To the light.
The light.
Right.
So in the light, or at the light, it looks like the remainder of bedroom furniture. It looks like it's been pulled from other rooms, and it looks like somebody has been crashing here or squatting here. The light's actually coming from a battery-powered lantern. And it looks like they slept here overnight. And more importantly, the sheets, they all kind of have kind of like an oil on them of sorts, maybe a little bit of blood on them. Basically, it looks like, to be honest, hospital sheets used.
Right. Probably something he's applying to himself for his wounds.
Probably.
Oh, go ahead.
I will call out Damon. Not yelling, but not higher than normal. Between us.
You need to do the same type of roll, which is a wits versus investigation.
Wits investigation. 1-8.
1-8.
Yes.
One success.
One success.
Success.
Okay. Yeah, there's nobody here.
I'm gonna start
the main floor, except for
start sniffing around the room a little bit. Take that as you will. I'm gonna start looking to see if he's been here recently, checking the bed to see if it's warm, if there's anything like a cup of coffee or food, like a sterno or something that's around there. I want to see if there's any trace that he was here just recently
Sure.
and hid.
You roll the same thing.
Got it. Three dice, 3 successes.
Nice.
There's two things that come to mind. One is you can smell the faint whiff of blood coming down from the basement or coming up from the basement. The other thing is something that you notice which doesn't seem to make sense, and you only notice it because there are a couple of books that are actually in one of the bookcase, and they're nothing of anything of importance to books themselves. They look actually like light reading. But what you notice because of the books in the bookshelf is that the inside of the books or the bookshelf is scorched. The books that are on the shelf aren't. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because the books that would have been here in the bookshelves are not here. It looks like all the books that would have been here on the shelf have been removed.
Yeah.
The books that are there, light reading.
Yeah, they're nothing of importance. They're to be honest, they're like local fiction books that have been like within the past year.
Let's make your way to the basement.
Okay. Who's going down into the basement of Doom?
Well, when you
I
put
am.
it that way.
Good. Possibly all of us, so that we.
Sure.
But I am.
I'm interested at this point, so yeah, Silas will be going down there.
Sonny wanted adventure, so
Yeah.
get it.
Hey, Zoltar doesn't lie. Come on.
Now the basement itself is blocked by a heavy metal door that has been pried open, and there's maybe about 6 inches of space there. And on the sides of it, it looks like there's like a burnt film along the sides of it that looks like maybe leather or wax. It would need to be, would need to be opened somehow.
I can do that.
And it can't push it, put any force into it.
Let me try.
By all means.
Thank you, Sonny.
I would like to try to open the door.
And I'm not going, because I play the dirty hippie games and you're not really while you're doing it. So all you have to do is put some attention to it, and it does move. Because let's remember, Sonny is Bruja.
Yeah.
And after you push away, you feel that film on your hands. And as you sniff your hands, you realize, because you just did it in real life, that's not film. That's dead skin. Dead human skin.
On both sides of the door, or like from the inside when you're prying it open?
It looks like someone or something had to slide through the very short
Got it.
space. That must have been very, very hot at the time. That must have given them like third-degree burns while doing it.
So I would relate that. Skin.
And inside, the entire area here is scorched out, and there's lots of dust and black char everywhere. And there is this blackened metal table that's in the middle of the room, and a secondary metal table on the side that looks also scorched. And it looks like there's this dried stain at the bottom of it. And Silas, that is dried blood.
Mm-hmm. Does this room, I mean, resemble, it's difficult to tell now, but looking around the room for any apparatus that look like medical or...
Yeah, it definitely looks like that over in the corner where that table had been.
Does that equipment look anything like the picture that in Thessinger's pictures?
Yes.
Oh, fun. Silas points over in that direction, said, dry blood coming from over there, but remember those pictures in the Haint in the book, the photo album? That's where it was taken. So Silas will start cautiously moving over there, looking around, trying to listen if he hears like breathing or anything like that.
Neuron, what are you doing?
I have heightened senses.
And you can smell that blood like nobody's business.
It's not the stain of blood that Silas saw.
It's the one that's underneath the table that's surrounding it.
Okay.
He
go.
smelled it before he saw it. but technically-
I will go to under the table. Look under the table.
Sure. Looks like there are the remnants of like some sort of like belt buckle of some sort.
Grab the belt buckle. Seem like there's
like 2 or 3 of them actually, and there's little remnants of leather on it.
Does it look like there's remains of a body here?
Just the blood.
Just the blood.
What'd you find, Ron?
Some blood.
Oh, yeah.
Hold of the buckles.
Men's or women's buckles? Do they look like literal belt buckles?
No, they look large.
Like straps?
Straps to hold someone down on the table by any chance?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look broken or burnt?
Burnt.
But does it look like fire down here?
It looks like something got in here.
Okay.
Does it look like this? Maybe this could be the source of the fire down here.
I don't know.
Something's not adding up here. First of all, your friend ain't around. At least not that I've picked up yet. He's gonna start going in a wider circle around, trying to see if he can pick up anything. It's
Sure.
best chance is that Damon's either here or he's at one of his usual haunts.
Right.
I'm watching the door.
Makes sense.
Why did this happen?
There also like any file cabinets or anything?
Not in this room.
Are there other rooms down here?
Is, what was taken down here? And why?
Say that again, Dave.
The question is what was taken down here, or who and why?
Yeah.
So, what this looks like a place where some research or an experimentation was occurring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is also the place where Silas has the pictures of Thessinger, showing him in this location.
Yes.
I don't know about all these things necessarily, but I do have, back where I come from, there's grannies. They know a lot of things. Not as much as Tremere, but in their own way. If you were doing an experiment.
Before I forget,
Yeah.
both you and actually have everyone do a wits plus investigation roll at the moment, please.
Got it. One critical success.
One success.
Okay.
Wits investigation.
1 success.
2 successes.
Okay. It's pretty clear, Neuron, that whatever was strapped to that table, the blood is what's dried on the floor there because of what a fire and what have you. And you can tell that there's an actual drain actually at the bottom on the basement floor.
Right. I've seen places like this before.
You've mentioned blood sorcery or blood magic, I think, before, something like that, the hoodoo. But you know that haint I saw in the picture right by here. Wouldn't it make sense if you wanted to go ahead and Thessinger wanted to start seeing Haints, he was going to create his own? It's said sometimes where I come from, you know, if you got a lot of trauma or you got a lot of unfinished business, you can stick around. Now, it's just, you know, it's just folk tales, but still, if you were going to really do something to someone here, that's some unfinished business. That's some serious trauma. Maybe he was making his own Haints. But still don't help us find your missing ghoul.
What kind of blood is that, though? Like,
Good question.
Well, there's somebody to know about that. Hey, Naran, surprised you haven't dipped your finger in yet.
I was waiting for
Please.
that.
Let's do it.
What could happen?
Nothing bad.
Mm.
This requires a couple of things. So this requires resolve plus blood sorcery. And what's the dice pool on that?
It is 4 and it's a total of 6.
Pool of 6. Okay. So you understand the ideal level of success is a success ranking of 5.
Rolling.
Now, before you roll, actually, I'll let you keep whatever you rolled that you just did.
Okay.
But the question I have is, are you going to use anything else?
Yes. I reach into my jacket. And through through kind of just everything that's happened in the past few days, I've almost forgotten about this. I pull out this handkerchief from my jacket. I kind of hold it, and I hold it into my hand as I enact this ritual.
So roll an additional die.
Nice.
What was this? What did I need for success? What number?
6 and above.
I have 5 successes.
As Naran's doing this, his eyes go jet black. And as his hand is up against his mouth, you can see originally he just had a taste of, or just a droplet of the blood on his finger against his lips. And as his eyes grow black, he sticks the rest of his finger all the way down his throat, opening up his mouth to do so. And Naran, it's very clear, this is not human blood. This is lupine blood. And based off of this is not just normal lupine blood. Because specifically, the blood has a mineral kind of iron taste to it that makes it clear that this came from one of its internal organs. And based off of the taste, you can taste oxygen still within the blood vitae, which would indicate that when this blood was spilled, the lupine was still alive. And in its emotional state, you can tell that there is vivid flashes of chaos and compulsion and destruction and obsession that is in with every taste to it. And as you slowly pull your finger out of your mouth, you feel strangest compulsion to go back to the city of Seattle.
We got to go back to the city.
Ron Bolton.
Oh,
But
the man just ate the dried up blood. I'd follow him.
Question. Have I noticed the smell of this blood now that I'm paying attention to him, like tasting it?
Totally lupine blood, and you lose a magic stone for this.
I told you not to put the werewolf blood in your mouth.
Werewolf blood? That totally makes sense. The straps.
Now, luckily, I do not believe Naran was the one who drove.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's not let him drive right now.
Yeah, I think Sonny was the one who drove because Sonny, how hard?
Yay. Exactly. Like riding a bike.
He's the one with the keys.
Well, like riding a bike you've never ridden.
And when you get back up, you can see that Naran is clutching on to the door handle, trying to get into the car.
Unlock it.
He gets into it, and he's in the driver's seat.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so, Haas.
Well, I'll grab a
maybe-
hold of his shoulder. Let the
Jump.
lady drive, Naran.
Talk.
Get to Seattle
Use your words. Yep. Seattle. Okay.
now.
You get to Seattle. What's going on?
Yeah, maybe some more information before we just scoot.
And
That's-
as you turn on the lights to the car, after starting it, you can see that the entrance that you had initially come through is blocked by about 4 to 5 men standing in front of it, and one of them is wearing what looks like a plague doctor's mask, obscuring his face while wearing black gloves. And it appears to be Sukalu.
I'll move forward in front of the group. Just kind of guns down, daggers are back in the jacket.
One of them steps forward. You're all very loud.
Not really hunting.
Well, we also saw the car lights on the hill. My name's Trent. I speak for Sukalu.
Trent, name's Silas.
I know.
I figured.
Why are you all here?
Trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
What business is it of yours?
Well, we actually do patrolling of the east side here.
Well, good job. We're leaving.
We're leaving now. We're going back to the city.
We're getting in the car. Or I'm getting in the car.
Now it's your house. You can do whatever you want. Oh, before I forget. And Sukalu walks over, and he walks over to Silas, and he reaches his hand out like this.
Puts his hand down, puts his hand as well, like except like if he's going to drop something in it, or
And he
okay, put his
drops-
hand under his.
and he drops
Almost.
your bone dagger into your hand and says, or Sukalu doesn't say it, but Trent says, you left that behind.
Wasn't sure if it would be salvageable. My thanks. We go back a ways. Good hunting.
Good hunting.
We can go now, but and points over at Naran. He ain't driving.
And after you have your conversation in the car, you look up and all of Sukalu's men and Sukalu himself are gone.
Huh.
Absolutely silently.
You know, Silas isn't even blinking at this. So, Sonny, you've
I
got
know it.
Naran. Move.
Let's go.
And as you're driving, the phone rings. And I believe it's Sonny's phone.
I grab the
I'm
phone.
curious to know, Naran's going to answer the phone?
I can answer the phone. Like if I pick it up to see who it is and he grabs it, that's cool.
Okay.
Hello,
This is John.
where are you?
Who is this?
This is 5. Where are you?
You looking for Sonny?
Well, gas station.
Who is this?
Give me the phone. Give me the phone, son. Well, hello.
Mr. Silas?
This is Mr. Lynch. 5?
Yes, we're at the gas station in Bellingham. Where are you?
We were looking into something. A few things came up. We have someone watching over Miranda at the moment. Gabriel Miranda, actually, we can meet with you.
I thought you had her. I mean, I thought this is where you wanted to meet up. Hold on a second.
Yeah, right.
Sir, I don't
Silas.
5 said we were supposed to meet at a gas.
No, somebody told him.
Sir, I don't
we were
Five.
meeting
5,
with-
get back on the 5.
And all of a sudden, you hear gunfire. And then dead silence.
I'm stepping on it.
Hello? Hello? Hello?